Alright guys, 4.6 Savage here. Today, we're going to talk about the 500 mile review. Now this is going to be on Rose and all of her components. I'm going to be slightly doing a breakdown of each individual component, but we're just going to go over everything real quick. First off, let me start out with everything that's had to be done since I got the car up and running. I have since blown an alternator, and I have since blown out my gas tank filler tube seal. I've had to replace both it and the filler tank seal and an alternator. I've added several new parts. I now have Screamin' Demon coil packs and a 78mm BBK throttle body plenum combo. Now from there we go to the gas tank. I now have a 340 LPH pump in it to match the 39-pound injectors. I also have the Cobra MAF to match the 39-pound injectors. From there we're going to talk about the suspension. A lot of you have gotten some comments on how the steering shaft is. Steering shaft, I really don't notice anything with. It feels about normal. There still is some play in my steering wheel, but it's less than what there was and what there used to be. And back to what we were saying, it's better, like it turns a lot quicker. It's more responsive. I like it overall. The suspension now, I'm still on KYB shocks and struts. Those have not been changed. They will be changed for Koni's at some point. But the suspension is still stiff, but it's not hard like it used to be. It's a lot softer. When you hit a bump, it's not rough, but it still retains the stiffness. So it's a nice ride. It's not bad. I attribute that to the poly bushings in the front control arms. And also the sphericals in the rear control arms. I have definitely drifted the rear end a lot more than I used to. And I've learned that if you panic and let off the gas, it's going to throw it, as to either slowly backing off the gas or modulating the gas or just leaving it straight on. When you panic, you lose a lot of your control. Now, I currently don't have any ABS. So when I panic stop, these brakes lock up. Now I get a lot better braking than I used to with the PowerStop Z36 kit. It will stop this car very quickly. But there's a point, and if you go just slightly over that point, it will lock up these brakes and slide. And when I say slide, I mean full-on slide. This car will not stop until you let off those brakes and start hitting them again. You cannot panic stop without ABS. Of course, this is a given if you've ever driven a non-ABS vehicle. But for those of you who still drive ABS, if your ABS system has a fault and you panic stop, it will not activate and you will lock up your brakes. I cannot stress this enough. I used to do this all the time in my Camry until I learned. And so we're gonna go with we're gonna go and talk about the cams and the converter. I am not happy with the converter at all. The converter is a 32 to 3500. It currently stalls at 1800. I can break tires loose at 1800 RPM. That is not right. I should be able to stall up to at least 2700. At least. I understand my tires are small. They're 225/45s. But even still, they should not brake traction at 1800. I should not have, my converter should not even lock up that much. But from there, we're going to go into the cams. I love the cams, how they sound, how they go. Todd did a wonderful job with my build. The issue I am having with my car is strictly tune. For whatever reason, and I'm made to believe it's my converter, is I have no low end until about 2,500 RPM. At all. Like, it'll spin the tires, yeah, but at the drag strip, you can hear my drag videos. When it goes, it hits 2,500 and then takes off. It's like there's something wrong below 2,500. We're believing it's the tune, but I'm honestly not sure right now. For right now, what's going to happen is I've gotten new tuning software. I went and upgraded my software from Sniper Special Forces to Sniper Commando. I paid $300 and some to get this upgrade. I now have full control over the ECU. From there, I'm going to upgrade. I've got new gauges that are coming in to help me tune and everything. But the computer doesn't like to respond to my changes. So until I get my air-fuel ratio gauge, I can't really tune. As for the Stifler's transmission brace, I like it. It adds some stiffness to the car. It does add exhaust clearance compared to the stock member. It's definitely, the car's definitely stiffer, and I like how stiff it is. As for the solid motor mounts, a lot of you complain that you won't go solid motor mounts because they shake too much, or there's too much play, or, you know, it makes your radio skip. I have heavy lope cams, and the only time I feel those solid motor mounts is when I'm sitting at a stoplight. And even that, it's not that bad. It'll shake the car a little bit, but not enough to skip my CD player, not enough for it to be uncomfortable. My car's not sitting there shaking like the bolts are going to fall out of it. It's not that bad. Now, does it shake? Yes, it shakes. Their solid motor mounts are going to shake, but it's not as bad as everyone tries to make it out to be. I'll have a few more of these to do, like talking about the pump. A lot of it was a $30 pump. A lot of people have a problem with the $30 pumps. I didn't see an issue with it. I mean, it looks better. It looks almost like the Stealth automotive pump. But we'll see. I'll do reviews on it, and I'll do reviews on my Plenum and my Cool Packs. Remember, like and subscribe, and be savage.